Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. So guys, I think my teeth are white. The thing is, my tongue, no, I burnt my tongue, I think maybe, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago. I like drinking hot tea. So I like, if I make tea, it has to be boiled in a pot, or if it's boiled in a kettle, it has to be boiled like 2 or 3 times. So, and you have to, pour the hot water in the cup and then spill it out so that the water warms up the cup, or you can put the cup in the microwave, warm up the cup, and then you pour tea. For me, if you're going to pour milk, you need to warm up the milk before you can, you know pour the water in the tea. So I drink my tea very, very hot. So I once burnt my tongue, and my tongue has never recovered, and it's lost feeling in this particular area. So I've lost feeling in that particular area and taste and all of that. So now when I drink my tea and it's hot, I don't feel that I'm drinking hot tea. I only feel it when I swallow, then it's too hot. Yeah, but yeah, that's what happened to my tongue. So if it's disgusting for you, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do. Maybe I can go somewhere and then they scrape off the black thingy. But yeah, so today's video, as you've seen from the title, it's about the struggle of fighting depression, anxiety and paranoia. So excuse my eyelashes, oh they're so cute. Anyway, okay, let me just leave them alone. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I am not a counselor, I am not someone who's experienced in this field. I am just basing this on my experience and experiences of people who are close and around me. So obviously it's hard. I think that the number one thing is to acknowledge that you have a problem, that there is not exactly something wrong with you, but there's something going on with you. There's something happening within your mind. So there was a point in time in my life when I was depressed. um so this video is not, I'm not doing it because I feel like I'm healed, I feel like I'm fine, I've, I'm on the other side. No, I feel like it's a daily struggle. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. So there was a point in time in my life when I was depressed. I was really, really depressed because I was sleeping a lot. I was always in my room, never went out. I never went to see friends. Like nje bengizivalele endlini, like most of the time bengaphumi. I wasn't interacting with my family. Even my mom, I like Duzani. Like I wouldn't want to talk to her. If she would come to my room, like I would be pissed. Ufunani, now she's gonna talk non-stop and I'm not in the mood. Yeah, that's how I felt when I was depressed at the time. And how I got through that situation is that I don't know, man. I think I realized Uguti, after some time I realized Uguti, actually everything that's depressing me is everything I can't control about my life. And it means that as long as I do not have control over this situation, then it means I'm going to be depressed my entire life. And I don't like feeling this way. So I decided to avoid going into that hole that I had dug for myself. And every time I would think negatively, bengizikhuza, and I would just, try to bring myself back and, pull myself to myself and just remind myself, you know what, this is a situation you can't control. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is hope and wish and pray for the best. And yeah, from there I started going outside. I started going to visit abangani, bona bomakhelwane, just to make sure ukuthi angihlalanga endlini ngizivalele and all of that. Bese ngihlala nomamami sixoxe. And then slowly but surely I wasn't as depressed, and then I started being positive. I remember at the end of 2019 I was starting to be positive. I was starting to pray about 2020, which is going to be my year. It's going to be a positive year. It's going to be a year where things happen for me. And that's when I realized, oh, okay, I think I was able to get myself out of that deep hole. And sometimes it does happen that I find myself going back to such things, going back to such thoughts. Then I remind myself, you know what, once upon a time you were in the very same situation, and then you had hope, you were praying for better days, and then better days did come. So go back to praying for better days and hoping for better days, and better days will come. So I remind myself, once upon a time I was in this position, I managed to get myself out, I can do it again. So it's hard, it's not easy, Shem, but at least I know Guti, I've done this before. So it's likhona. Anxiety. Actually, anxiety I understand. Okay, fine. Well, my interpretation of anxiety, or my experience of anxiety, is that sometimes I'll feel anxious for nothing. Nothing is happening. Nothing that I've planned, like nothing that I know is going to happen, like and then all of a sudden I'm like, what am I anxious about? What is going to happen? Like why am I feeling this way? And then I think, maybe I'm being anxious, maybe all of the stress is getting to me. So I try and think positively. I try and watch cartoons, anything that makes me happy and gets me out of that mindset nje yokuba negative. And then I find myself feeling better. And then another thing about anxiety is when I'm about to do something and I know, this is big, this is going to change my life, and like doing these videos, I get very anxious. And sometimes I procrastinate because every time I think about a video, I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to get a lot of views. Like the most views I've ever gotten is like 200 and something views, and I'm only on like 50 subscribers now. And I know it's going to take like years for me to get to a point where I feel, it's okay, yeah, I've made it. And that makes me anxious. You know what is the point? This is not going to work. Like how long do you think you can be able to manage this and all of that? Even though like I don't have like my expectations for my channel are not like that high. Like they're not high at all. It's the hope that is high. It's the prayers that are high. But expectation, I'm not posting a video expecting to get 100k views. No. But I do get anxious about such things. Like if I'm going job hunting, there's this part of me that's like, what's the point? You're not gonna get the job. And then there's this devil called paranoia. This one, it's a battle I fight every day. Like maybe in a day I can have these thoughts maybe 20 times in a day. No, 20 is it's a bit of a stretch. Maybe like 10 times a day. When I think of the worst case scenario, like the worst thing that could ever happen, then I start daydreaming about it. And I start thinking, what if this happens? And then I'm gonna react this way. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna, do this. I'm gonna take my kids and put them away. I'm gonna, and I plan this thing out in my head, of which I know the chances are I might die without this having happened to me. But those are scenarios that play in my head, when I'm in a taxi, in a car, and I'm like, I'm one moment out. My mind is gonna tell me, girl, you are one moment away from an accident. And then I start looking around, and then I see these windows, and I'm like, you know what, if we get into an accident and then the car spits me out through that window, I sit in just say preaching, I'm like, you know jumper, then probably that's where I'm going to fall. And those are scenarios that play in my head because I'm paranoid. I don't know what causes this. I don't know whether it's the movies I watch. I don't know whether it's the stories I hear. I don't know whether it's trauma, because I've never had something traumatic. Let me see. No, I've never had something traumatic happen in my life. So ukuthi ngizocabanga ama-accident nani nani, or maybe yile ndawo engihlala kuyo, but accidents lana azenzeki ngaleyo ndlela leyo. But the things that happen here that make me paranoid and make me think ukuthi if such things happen, if this happens, and then I start thinking, then I start planning in my head like, yo, so react so. Guys, so that is my daily struggle, paranoia. But every time when I find myself doing that or thinking about such things, I stop myself, and then I remind myself, ukuthi, you know what, sorry, it was like you pray every day for protection, and chances are you will die at 80 years old, and this would never have happened to you. So you lose stress. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I don't know if this video helped you.